Children have dreams. Dreams to become the best they can be as they grow up. 4 years ago, Angeline from Bungoma, then 17 years of age, was living and working hard towards her dreams.
Maisha yangu ya utotoni nilisaliwa na ile afya mzuri na wazazi wawili. Sasa katika maisha yangu nilikuwa nafikiria nikisoma at least nitakuwa engineer nisaidie wazazi wangu. Lakini sijui shetani alitokea wapi. Masomo yangu imeharibika kwa wakati huu.
Everything was on track and the sky was a limit for her. Until this happened.
Mwaka 2014 mwezi wa 3 nilikuwa na mimba ambayo ilikuwa ya MCA Bumulamba anaitwa Henry Nyongesa Haemba.
Kabla ya hiyo mimi mwenyewe na mshukiwa tulikuwa marafiki. Kwa tunafanyia pamoja tu. Ngalao yeye ni kijana kwa umri. Tulikuwa tunaheshimiana tu kama yeye ni mheshimiwa wa area. Tena ni mtoto chakani. Na wakati ule nilikuwa niko namlimia shambani mwake. Sasa ilikuwa tu bahati mbaya 2014 hiyo. Ndio niliona tu msichana yangu nikamwona amebadilika sura, nikaambia mamake, na huyu mtoto naye anakuaje. Mara shule wanapika si mtoto mgonjwa sana.
Alinipea mimba, baadaye akaniforce akanipeleka kwa daktari, nikatolewa mimba. Nilikuwa na miaka 17.
Despite the fact that she was the aggrieved party, she was detained and sent to the Kakamega Women's Prison even though she was a minor at the time.
Nilipofanywa kile kitendo, baadaye nilishikwa peke yangu. Lazima sikujua wengine wako wapi.
In her family's quest for justice, they encountered hurdle after hurdle that pushed them towards quitting the struggle for justice. Surely, all hope was lost. In 2014, the Bungoma County Child Rights Network that works towards the protection of children picked up the case.
We realized that the girl was the only person who was victimized in that case, as because the Kenyan law and constitution doesn't allow abortion. She was sentenced for procuring abortion. That's when we came in and looked for the other partners to help us.
When this matter came up in 2014, when members of the network learned about it, they reported it to Kaacr in Nairobi. And Kaacr very fast came down and mobilized all the partners, and we sat together and drew a roadmap on how to address that issue. We worked with the government line ministries at the office of DPP, and we swung into action. We reported to the police, to the relevant hospitals, and the case was taken up by the judicial system through the support of the Bungoma County Network, who are playing a pusher role to be able to ensure that that case is awakened whenever it was trying to be drilled by other forces who have political connections.
Sikutolewa mimba kwa njia mzuri. Wakaniharakishia tu sababu wako nasema ati wananipata.
Hata kama haingekuwa lile shirika, kwanza huyo mtoto yangu angekufa. Sasa mtoto alikuwa anafuja damu, hata kulingana na examination ya daktari. Alikuwa anafuja tu damu, mkongo unauma, hakuwa anakaa.
First, they had to make sure that Angeline's safety was ensured by taking her to a safe house as she received proper treatment.
Realizing that the girl had already procured abortion which was not complete, we had to take her to a serious facility in Kisumu, and cleaning of the womb and the medication. So she was stable. Then we had to also look for an alternative school for her to get back to school because she was continue with the education. Then we had to look for a place for her because she was a girl who was in need of care and protection, because the MCA, the alleged MCA, is just a neighbor home, and there was a lot of fear and there was a lot of even speculations that the girl could be killed.
Most importantly, they tied loose ends to the case that eventually pushed for the revival of the case.
The case had already been dismissed. The child had been given a wrong age. But when we intervened at the national level, the ODPP ordered for the file to be reopened. And we are happy that because the file was reopened, and we are hoping that as the case is ongoing, that in the end, the child will be able to get full justice. And many other actors will also learn from it, that if you have a united front where you are working at the national and the county level, you tie those losing nuts, we can achieve a lot for the children in this country.
Almost 5 years down the line, the case of Angeline is still before the Bungoma Law Courts, with the Bungoma County Child Rights Network keenly following the proceedings.
Mimi sioni kama kuna haki inatendeka, sababu tukienda kotini hakuna kitu inafanyika.
Tunaendanga tu kotini. Ukienda tu kotini unaenda unaulizwa tu maswali ya kawaida tu, kulingana vile uliandika labda story hivyo tu. Unaambiwa nenda, mtakuja tarehe nyingine. Tena mkienda wanakuambia kuja na huyu na huyu na huyu, wote unakusanya, wanakuambia nenda, utakuja siku nyingine.
The constitution is so clear about cases on children. It should not take more than 6 months. This case is taking more than 6 years, and I think now the justice is getting denied.
Naomba tu haya mashirika ifuatilie, uone hii kesi inaenda namna gani na ishi itoke kotini.
For the short time I've worked with the Bungoma network, it has been making a follow-up in court to see that the case can come to the end or can be ruled out. And another thing, the Bungoma network is trying to sensitize all stakeholders.
We thought it necessary as Kaacr for us to be able to create synergy amongst the partners that are addressing issues of children in the respective counties where we work. We felt it necessary that we form some formidable team. And this formidable team called for identifying partners that address different aspects of children's rights in the counties where we work. And that is when we identified specific partners that also have interest in children's rights. Because as Kaacr, we are specifically advocacy driven. But throughout our work, we came to realize that there are certain services that children require that call for direct support and provision. So within the network membership, we have partners who do direct support. So in areas where Kaacr is not able to address because we are not doing direct support, the network has been able to facilitate referral of cases for appropriate intervention. So that in a way eases our work and help us to reach a wider audience, register success with minimal resources.
I would like to thank Kaacr for leading and creating county child rights networks, because this is a very critical intervention, and if we are going to sustain children's rights, we want to strengthen the community response mechanisms, and the kind of network that Kaacr has created, which brings village elders, which brings parents, which brings teachers, which brings really those who are in authority and who have responsibility over the child together, so that they can not only be given much more information, but they can be brought on board to take responsibility, is what we will need to do. So I can emphasize and encourage that we strengthen community response mechanisms, and if we can find ways of ensuring that these are working. Understand currently they're in 22 counties, but if we can get this on board in all the 47 counties and ensure that the county leadership is also involved, then this would go a long way towards protecting child rights.
Through Angeline's case, the network has drawn a number of lessons, and though the process has been long and winding, they keep working towards justice for Angeline.
There are many lessons we can draw from the networks. It is something which can work in any community, and it is very important if we empower people to be able to take charge of child protection rather than disempowering them. So to me, that has been very important. So the whole issue of capacity building, the issue of knowledge management, and being able to provide support beyond the county networks, it is a very important thing. If we leave them on their own, they'll not stand.
For Angeline, the loss suffered is irreparable. Since her forced abortion, her health has never been the same again. However, she still dreams on, and her dreams are still valid.
If we all focused on the children the way we are happening right now, we now need to move to the next level of advocacy. Yes, people are aware that violence is bad, but we are asking ourselves, so what if it is bad? We now want to move to the level where we are saying, can we reduce or completely eliminate issues of violence against children? And that can only happen if everybody puts the value that the child requires.
By various entities within counties coming together to form a networking ring around our children, focusing on protection and child rights issues, children will once again be allowed to dream and become the best that they can be in life.